We are always excited with any form of contact. Although over, you can say, thousands and thousands of years, there has been contact with us, the Crystalline Council. But from your world's perspective, your consciousness perspective, there has not been that much contact. And we have, in many ways, tried to get your attention, because the crystalline energies, and we know that quite some people begin to become aware of that, are the foundation of everything that happens on this planet. Because, and you know that, this planet is crystalline in nature. And so are the other planets, and the billions of planets out there, creating an unbelievable network of crystalline energies that, in a sense, you can say, is the foundation for that part of the universe that you are aware of, or that you can see, that you can perceive in one form or another. So it's not about saying, oh, you have to learn to understand how important it is. No, it's simply a factual thing. If you are willing to look at Mother Earth and the fact that all life on her is literally taking both energies and material from her to build your own structures, so to speak, your physical bodies. And they are all crystalline in nature. In our attempts to, let's say, get your attention, we have been successful in the different worlds to various degrees. Also because the understanding of the crystalline energies has always been limited. And it still is. And our invitation is to connect with us so that we can collaborate and we can guide and help you to begin to understand crystalline energies on a deeper level. Begin to understand that when you call that activate, but we call that becoming aware, becoming conscious of the different vibrations, that when you do that, you literally create a foundation where other systems can be built on. Because realize that all other information systems, and we refer specifically to the information system that is needed to make it possible for a species to exist, that all those systems cannot exist without crystalline energies. You live, and this message has been given by many other groups and beings in many different forms, but you live in a time of transition. Well, you can think about it in many different ways, but the key element of the transition is that you can say you begin to move out of ignorance. You begin to move out of not understanding the world in which you live, while you believe that you have a certain understanding of it. And from a perspective of energies, you have a very limited understanding. So why do we bring this message out now? Because you have been able to activate through the connection at least the very beginning of those crystalline energies that now can be expanded. It's time for humans to learn to collaborate. And you can only truly collaborate if you connect with each other from your heart. And it's your heart that also tells you with whom to connect, because your heart finds those that you have a certain resonance with, and if you work together with those you have a resonance with, you are far more successful in supporting Mother Earth on her journey, and through that, of course, your own journey, than when you try to work with people you don't have a resonance with. And we're not talking about difference of opinion that comes from a mind perspective. No, we come from a heart perspective. The heart that helps you to give increasingly insight in who you are as a spiritual being. And as a spiritual being, you know far more than you think you know when you go into your personality. Your heart will tell you always where to connect with and to work with those energies, whether you are aware of it or not. And the reward is that your awareness is increasing. But that's not the primary thing. You can say primarily your function is to allow energies to come through you, to flow through you. You all are, in a sense, channels. And depending on how well you are able to balance your own system, both your physical, and bring that in alignment with your spiritual, that will determine how much of the different energies that is needed for Mother Earth you can allow to flow through you, to bring it into this system as a part not only of the transition, but ultimately to grow into a completely new world. We have made available, we as the council, the Crystalline Council as you call us, we have made available already the energies that are needed to not only bring more balance in the four worlds, but also to lay the foundation for the new world and ultimately to create that new world. It doesn't mean that all those energies are now active. That is the next phase. The first phase is connection. Through the connection, the first flows happen. And the more you are working on yourself, the more you allow to flow through, the faster the evolution of the Gaia system will happen. There's a lot of worrying, fears, doubt in your world at this moment. But look also at the other side. That you live in a time of transition that brings up fear, which is then an opportunity for you to learn to transform it so that you will get rid of those fears that you're not even aware of that are triggered by the problems of your world. And by doing that, you become that channel that can allow those energies to flow through. So we can only lay the foundation. We can only say, we are here to help you and to guide you. We can only say that the input is there, but we cannot bring it into the Earth system in a form that allows other development to take place. It's not our job. The same way as many of the invisible beings that are supporting you are not allowed to interfere with your free will. But they all say, here we are available. Please work with us. And that is what we say to you as the Crystalline Council as well. And we know that many other beings do the same thing. And whether you call them angels, or whether you talk about dragons, or unicorns, or family that you can't see, or the tremendous amount of family you have in the stars, they all say, we are here. We are available. But you need to ask and you need to open in such a way that we then can allow through you to contribute as well. Because from a larger perspective, we are all related and all co-creators of this universe. And whether you see that in your case now from the Earth perspective, or some of us see that from a much larger perspective, and even we see only a certain part of this universe. And as part of that, we work with you here on Earth. It is available. And everyone that is willing will do their own unique contribution. We are very happy. We are celebrating because we now know that the beginning, the true beginning, has been made. The true beginning of the potential of connecting with all energies needed to bring this world to a completely new state of being. One of the things that humans have difficulties with, and we have seen that all along for thousands, hundred thousands, millions of years, and that is, you can say that training, practicing. Do you really think that working with energy and spiritual matters is different from training something that you would call physical, like sports? It is the same thing. But there is something that seems to hold back humans. They are willing to do a little bit and then they like it and then suddenly their energy is just dwindling away. In this time frame, we are inviting you to no longer see everything as, yeah, it's nice, but feel from your heart whether you really want to work with it. And if you feel that, then our invitation is to seriously continue training to work with it. Then you're becoming good, and then you're really contribute. But don't do it from your mind perspective because it will not work. Use your mind to support what your heart is telling you. And then you're on the right track. We want to say it one more time. We are here. We are here to support you. We are here to help you to set up anything you would want to do. And that's true for anybody who feels guided to work with crystalline energies. But you have to ask. Because we cannot say, oh, that person is working with crystalline energy. Oh, let's focus our full attention there. No, we are not allowed to do that. But as soon as you ask, and depending on the way you ask, and depending on your consciousness level from where you ask, we can give you what is in alignment. And that is how the whole universe works. All those beings that are willing to give will do that in alignment with where you are in that moment of your life. Training brings more in alignment. And there will be more collaboration, more receiving, more joy, more happiness, more experience of love, and you will see the results of that. We started with saying that we are excited, and we like to say it one more time. Because we feel that in this transition phase, you're at the point where we can really collaborate and start building the fields needed for the changes on this world. We hope you can feel some of that excitement as well. We hope that if you listen from your heart, that you will say, yes, 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 I want to contribute. And then you start acting. And then you start practicing. And we always will be there to support you. We'd like to thank you for listening, because we feel that it is important that this kind of messages are heard.